When most people think of England, they picture London. Red double-decker buses, Royal Guards, Big Ben and those iconic red telephone booths. But if you drive 5 hours north into beautiful West Yorkshire, you'll find something entirely different. There's a place called the Soul Wellness Hub and Cafe. The moment I stepped through its doors, I knew it was special. Nestled in a landscape worlds apart from the bustling south, this unique space is housed in a former church. Over the decades, the building has seen many lives, as a carpentry workshop, an alternative living space, and now it has blossomed into a sanctuary for holistic health and soul nourishment. The true highlight? The Retreat Day, held every 3 months. It's an incredible event where holistic practitioners, teachers, food alchemists, and artists come together to fill the space with offerings for the community to explore and enjoy. In January 2025, Lightbath was honoured to be part of this magical gathering once again. This time, we brought our camera to capture the experience and take you on this journey with us. At the Soul Wellness Hub, you'll find one of the most heartfelt, accepting and open communities you could imagine. Everyone you meet there feels like an old friend. We might come from different walks of life, but we're all drawn to the same thing, to simply be, to share love and compassion, and to celebrate life in harmony and health.
Right, I've got a little mix of things now because I've just come back from Egypt. I've been bringing some nice Egyptian bits of copper and grass back, some of like hats and that, but yeah, everything, all the magic wands, tents and rings.
I was facilitating the kids
It was connecting, like through play and energy and like just connecting to the space. I really enjoyed it, yeah.
I'm doing a talk.
Okay, about?
The roots of our sexual disconnection.
It's very trauma informed, it's very friendly for everyone. So
And then I'm doing a workshop later on the erotics of life.
If you change that neutralised emotion to happiness, what's the new undercurrent? The unconscious belief. When you've got the unconscious belief, step one, you then ask to say, hang on a minute, I'm not going to own this, but I'm going to borrow Jessica's energy. I can handle that feels safe.
Because the reindeer had processed the fly agaric mushroom so that then they could drink the pea and it wasn't dangerous for them, it wasn't toxic on their liver.
The evolution that the mushrooms are bringing us into, this heightened state of consciousness.
For many, the highlight of the event was the shamanic breathwork session. This time, the organisers decided to shift the session to the evening, creating a dynamic and energy-rich atmosphere. The intensity of this environment is something many participants eagerly embrace, diving headfirst into the rhythm of the breath. As the planets staged their celestial parade, a large group synchronized with the powerful cadence of their breathing. It was an absolute honor to capture moments from this profound and immersive experience on film. From morning to evening, Lightbath offered visual brainwave entrainment sessions. The Amethyst Room, a space dedicated to the energy of this healing crystal, provided the perfect setting for visitors to dive into a colourful and blissful mind journey. The light frequencies gently guided their brain waves into deeply relaxing or activating states. Without the need for substances, Lightbath creates an experience that can feel psychedelic. Many describe sensations of movement and vivid visions of colour. Capturing testimonials about this abstract and personal journey is often a challenge, but thankfully, a few brave participants were willing to share their unique experiences.
Like dreaming of fireworks or something, because like the lights. And then there was definitely a moment where you kind of stepped it up, and then it was something like, wow, okay, cool. Because at first I was like, okay, it's gonna be nice. And then, yeah, when you like switched up the lights, I was like, oh, okay, I could recognise it as more of an experience on the senses, you know, it got a lot louder. You know, you don't really realise something visual can be loud, but when there's so much going on, it's like, whoa.
I saw a lot of triangles. A lot of triangles. Very circly as well. Kind of like the kaleidoscope thing again. It's always a bit different now, but a lot of reds and blues this time.
Depending on the frequency, it would just be a couple of colours, and then suddenly it'd be like, wow, disco rainbow, kind of. And I remember like one experience I had like years ago on like some synthetic acid, and I was like really cold. It was like in winter, and I was outside and it was quite cold, and I had like a seizure where the kind of visuals kind of started like attacking me, and it kind of it sort of reminded me a bit of that, like the intensity, and at some points it was so like erratic and like spiky. That it kind of reminded me of that a bit, and you know, my eyes kind of started twitching, and it was almost like a struggle to keep my eyes closed. And but yeah, that was also pretty cool. Yeah, it kind of felt like you were sort of giving me some new weird psychedelic drug.
So for me, the first experience of the Lightbath was geometric patterns, but they were really moving in slow motion, no matter what sort of speed the light was on. It was very slow motion, but this time it was almost like it was quite profound experience this time. It was everything was just there to the front of my mind, and with the sound as well incorporated, which was a beautiful combination and a beautiful blend. I could see the patterns like being more prominent and going with the beat of the sound. Which was beautiful experience, and I loved every minute.
It became quite psychedelic with like geometric patterns and kind of circling and kind of zooming, and like for the first bit I found it hard to kind of switch off from being able to like hear the sounds from the temple space and be kind of like present. But as it went on, it was like so loud and intense that it was just a lot easier to drown it out, even though obviously like the sound hadn't changed the loudness of the light.
When you started playing the music, it felt very wavy for me. Every now and then I'll get pulled out by that woman, but it wasn't for long. I'll go straight back into it. So I think it was the first setting. I don't know which one's the first one. It's a slow one. Delta.
Yeah.
That one's probably my favourite so far. But I felt like it went really well for music. Yeah, I had a lovely time with that one.
For me, it just brought a sense of after the Lightbath, it just brought a sense of calm and peace within me. I didn't want to come out of it, to be honest. I enjoyed every minute of it, and it was. At first, it was quite, oh my God, am I going to be able to handle the light being like this bright? But once I was relaxing into it and I was breathing into it, yeah, I deeply felt more connected to myself, and then what the light was doing really was beautiful.
So I've got one of these at home. I sometimes use on my lunch break if I'm feeling a bit down and tired. So I live not far from my work, so I find it very easy just to go home, do this for 5-7 minutes, back up, have lunch and go back to work. I do think it helps me feel more energised, and it helps me just get through for the second half of the day. But I also do like to use it when I go to bed, so I do it like after dinner time-ish, about 7, and yeah, I just find it helps me relax after work. So it helps me pick up for work and calm down after work, which is great.
But as a visual experience, it was, and not just even visual, but it's like a sensory experience, it was really cool and intense.
It was very intense.
Yeah.
But I think the one after Gamma is
The Schumann.
Schumann, is that supposed to be more intense?
It can be more visual
Yeah.
than the Gamma.
Yes, I think I like the Schumann more than the Gamma.
Yeah.
In a sense, because it's very poundy and it went very flowy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I did find it all went really well with music as well.